Bright Suns travelers, I wanted to go over really quick my method for doing some preventative maintenance on your BB-8 droid motivator, as well as kind of preparing it for what I call long-term storage, right? So when it's on display, it's basically in storage. So unless you're going to be playing with it pretty frequently, there are a couple rules that I abide by anyway, and they're based on some feedback and some issues that I've seen from some of the other comments in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Discord chat, as well as just kind of my own experience. So this is a brand new droid motivator, and fair warning, I am reshooting this part of the video because the other one didn't record very well. So I've already done some of the internal things that we'll be talking about in the rest of the series. So if you see it a little bit out of sequence, that's okay. So really the only tool you're going to need for this part of the series, or of the playlist here, is going to be a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. It's going to need to be thin shaft. This is actually a power drive. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, that is a power drive head. The screws in here are number 2 power drives, so this fits it perfectly. So if you've ever tried to use a screwdriver to get at the screws that are in here and notice they don't quite fit right, that is the actual screw that you need. So first and foremost, what we'll do is we'll remove the battery compartment. These screws for the battery are captive, so they don't come out all the way. You just kind of unscrew them until you're pretty sure that they are completely loose. And you'll see that by they'll just won't come out anymore, right? So go ahead and do the other side. Okay, these have little metal, little screws on the inside, so they're hard to strip out, but you can. Again, I only use hand tools whenever I'm dealing with any toys, or whether it be Star Wars stuff or other, only hand tools, because I don't want to strip anything out. So we'll go ahead and get the battery, or the weight, out here. Okay, you'll see the new batteries, which are really cool. So to get the batteries out, I don't jam anything in between them, or I don't want to apply pressure, force, or anything like that to the batteries. So what I do is and you don't want to do anything inside the motivator itself with the batteries in. Just trust me, it's only 9 volts, but it's enough to fry fry things and stuff like that. So I just use something to kind of get between the battery and the edge and pop them up. Okay, same on the other side. Okay, now they're all loose, and they go off to the side. Okay, so now we're down to getting the screws out that are in the 4 corners, holding everything together. So one of the things that I do before I start unscrewing things is identify where the speaker is. So the speaker is right above the board, and the way that it's designed to open back up again is that this part should be kind of the hinge, right? The cables that are in there are not designed to be long enough for you to open it up in the other direction. So you want to open it up kind of this way, right? So the speaker is where your hinge is going to be. So let's go ahead and start taking these screws out. Again, these are longer screws, so they take a little bit of extra effort to get out. So I kind of, that's not loose enough yet. All right, so we'll get those guys going out. I know a lot of this video series is going to be you watching me undo screws or put screws back in, but I'm far too lazy to edit that out. So you'll have to just fast forward to those parts. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the last screw. So I want to make sure that I'm kind of, you know, applying some pressure here so it doesn't just fall apart, because I have had them just fall apart. I've had others where I've actually had to like kind of apply a little bit of force to get them apart. So it just, you know, depends on how good the fits of the two halves are when they're molding the plastic. So go there. Okay, so all 4 screws are out. Again, we're gonna find the speaker and we're gonna have that be the quote unquote back, right? So our open process is just to pull open. Okay, and you'll notice here, it's already got tape in it and everything, because again, I am reshooting this part. So, and you know, you'll see the assembly process in the other videos, and then the maintenance of the gearboxes, and then the making sure the motors are secured down and applying some extra lubrication and all that good stuff. So this thing will be ready to go in the 3 or 4 years that you pull it off the shelf and you want to play with it. Again, don't store it with batteries, okay? No batteries. Not worth the leaking of the batteries. That will happen. So we'll see you in the next video.